Hey, welcome back to Sip with Sam. I'm Sam Liccardo, and we are spending our week focused on appropriations bills. You may recall these are the bills that keep the government open. It didn't work so well a couple months ago. Congress wasn't functioning very well, and there was a huge shutdown. Well, we're seeing Congress start to function better, in large part because Republicans are actually sitting down at the table and negotiating with Democrats. That hadn't been happening for an entire year. We were largely just getting steamrolled by the majority. But you've probably seen recent weeks now through discharge petitions and pretty controversial votes where Republicans are moving more and more over to the Democratic side on several votes because they're not happy with their leadership and what they're being told to vote for. And so we're now starting to see some changes. And so we have a series of appropriations bills that are going to be very important to keep the government open. I'm voting for almost all of them, with the exception of one, that is the Department of Homeland Security bill, which funds ICE. And talk about that another day, but we're going to focus for now on housing because we know this is a critical issue. We saw a lot over the last several months around the Trump administration proposing to eliminate or severely cut continuum of care funding, which was critical rental assistance for a lot of extremely low income families that would have been pushed out on the street. We're not seeing that in the bill the Republicans are agreeing to now. Instead of seeing massive cuts that were proposed by the Trump administration to these critical housing choice vouchers. These are vouchers that help low-income families pay rent in very expensive areas to live, like ours. We see the Republicans now supporting more than $37 billion more in funding for those critical programs rather than eviscerating them. We are seeing a much greater focus on in delivering dollars for affordable housing projects. As a result, we'll see more than $6 million come home to 3 or 4 projects in our own district. It is these changes that have me getting encouraged about, first, the cracks that are starting to show in what was something of a machine operating out of the White House. And now we're actually starting to see Congress deliberate like it is supposed to be. That is, different parties sitting down at a table, working it out and getting to solutions. More on this tomorrow. Thanks for joining us.